What is up, you guys? Your boy Plus coming at you with a brand new video for your face, and I've got some important news for a lot of you guys. So I've been doing some checks, and it has come to my attention that there is a huge glitch or some kind of bug in Weekend League. Now, I've played 10 games this week. All in all, I think it's 10 games. I'm just going to check on the Xbox real quick. But after playing like 4 games or so, I noticed a pattern. And the pattern, sad to say, is actually quite interesting. So I noticed that I was playing in games where the guy who would kick the ball off would be a different striker. And whenever that happened, like right there in the center circle, so watch for the guy. Like, I play the same formation all the time, okay? So I play the same formation all the time. Like, I change the formation in game, but never at the start before kickoff. So there's something that's not quite right, and that is the person that starts the game. So the guy who starts the game should always be the same if you're playing the same formation. He shouldn't change, but yet I've had this issue where whenever I have Rui Costa, who's my right striker, start the game, everything feels wrong. Now, I first thought this was some coincidence, but I since noticed that it's not a coincidence. This actually is related to something in this game, because every time Rui Costa kicks off the ball, I lose. Like, it's some of you guys might be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe you just play worse. Nope, it's not that. It's every time Rui Costa kicks the ball off, the game feels sluggish. My players don't run for the ball. They don't move for the ball. My players get extremely tired before like anything. Now, you can't tell me that this is something to do with some random effect. This is 100% something strange, and it's unexplained at the moment. So I don't want to explain it because I'm not EA, I'm not qualified to give you an answer. But this kind of goal that you see right here that this player just scored, this is the kind of goals that I concede whenever Rui Costa kicks the ball off. And you can see that that's like a low-driven shot that doesn't look like a low-driven shot. It looks like it's kind of like my players look at them in the middle. They're not running for the ball. They run into his players. His players just run past him. He kicks the ball. Every kick goes into the net. Everything he does is like supernatural. Everything I do is like not going through. And this happened a few times. So I thought, you know what? This can't be a coincidence. It can't be a coincidence that my players always seem to play like they're stuck in the mud every time that Rui Costa kicks the ball off. And this can't be server or connection based. This has to be related to the game. This, like a lot of people have been confused. They've been thinking, oh, it's server based, it's this based, it's that based. I'm like, well, no, it can't be, because like, think about it right now, okay? Here's the first thing that makes you ask a question. Well, why is the guy who's doing the kickoff Rui Costa in the first place? Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, Plus, why are you putting such a big emphasis on Rui Costa giving the kickoff? Because every single time Rui Costa does kickoff, you see this gameplay that I'm experiencing right here. This is the same gameplay that I experience. You see the sluggish way that my players play. You see everything that I do becomes a foul. If I touch his player, it's like I've touched his player in a funny place, and it's a foul. So I thought about it a little bit. I want to put it out there on YouTube. I want to ask you guys, are you experiencing the same thing that I'm experiencing? Because this guy that I'm playing against right now, I can tell you this guy was not good. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, well, why are you being salty? The guy's like, clearly he's better than you. No, I'm one of those players. Look, I've played people that are better than me. Like, I've got DH Techs in the list of people in my skill games. And that guy has more scores than like me and everything. So I know that if I was to ever play him, I'd get my, handed to me. But what really makes me angry is that like when I play guys like this guy right here, that I know is not good. Like, there's nothing he's done that's fantastic. There's no skill moves that he's pulled off that made me go, ugh. Everything this guy has done is just like, it's just casual stuff. Like he's just played. And you can see this by his pass accuracy, his shot accuracy. It's like 100% randomly. Look at his goals. He scored 3 goals and like 4 shots. Like, it's like the game supports him. Look at that. Look at Ibra, look at Cruz. They're both dead on their feet. And this is the same thing, phenomenon that happens every time. But I'm showing you guys here that, I've got my defensive style in balance. I'm not chasing anybody. I don't have it even on pressure and heavy touch or pressure and like, lost possession. Can you imagine if I had constant pressure? I'd be dead. Now, this affects me every like 2 or 3 games. It's a random thing that seems to happen, but it's not based on the connection. This is game mechanics. There is game mechanics in play here, because how you know that it's not based on the connection, it's not based on the server, is because I was able to start this game. I was able to like get into the game. I'm the host of the game. Everything, the green lines, everything's there. This is not server based. This is the game dynamics. There is something in this game. Like some people will call it some people call it scripting. Me personally, I don't think that's what it is. I think there is a bug, a clear bug right here. There is a bug in this game that needs to be fixed, and it's a clear bug because for some reason, if the right striker in my team does kick off, the game feels weird. Now, the reason I wanted to show you guys the whole of this game is you will see that, watch this guy. You can see he's not a skilled player. He his play style. He plays, he runs into my players. He's not playing with the intent to like play past my players. He's not playing with a fantastic skill set. You shouldn't be able to do this to a really good player. A really good player, that's not going to work. You shouldn't be able to score these goals against a really good player. But I am going to lose this game, just so you know. And it's not like I'm going to lose this game because I've played terrible. I'm going to lose this game because it's like I was destined to lose this game. And it's happened to me a lot of times when I play squad battles where the team that I'm playing against just seems like a completely different team. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I can't understand how that team could be a much better team than me, because I've played squad battles. It's the computer. Why would the computer just randomly become like twice as good as it's supposed to? All of a sudden, it's like I become twice as bad than I am. It doesn't make any sense. And in squad battles, obviously, there's no server connected to the game. Well, there is, like, obviously, so EA could take like button presses to get like NPC characters and things like that, but it shouldn't affect the game because my connection to the opponent or the opponent's connection to the server should not matter at that point. But yet in squad battles, it happens. So this gets me thinking, well, this is no longer just an issue of, the game. Like, it's not an issue of the servers or anything like that. It is actually just a fixed issue now in the game. So I want to ask you guys, are any of you guys observing this kind of crap? Does any of you guys have this issue where you're like, players, look at that. Do you see like my health bar? Look at the way it's rolling down. Look at it. Look at it. Do you see the speed that it's going down? Look at the drain. Look at the drain on my health bar. Like the stamina for my players. You can see the drain. Look, as soon as I get hold of them, look at the stamina. Look at that. Look at, this is a glitch. This has to be a glitch. See the way that the stamina is draining like down on my players, and I'm not on constant pressure. And it's the same settings that I play with in other games where I don't lose stamina this quick. So this has to be some predefined game glitch. Look at that. I shouldn't be able to do this to a really good player. But the game itself decided this, that that I'm going to lose this game. Because this guy is going to score a couple of goals that you're going to think, no, this doesn't make sense. Look at that. It's 69th minute. It's 4-3. I'm 4-3 up. The guy's he's not been fantastic. He's not been great. He's played mediocre at best. He's okay, but not great. But you're going to see all these random things that are going to happen. And look at that. You've seen all the chances I've missed. Look at Sturridge's. Do you see Sturridge's stamina? Like, that is not normal. Sturridge's stamina is just disappearing. Look at that. And I'm not even on constant pressure. My player falls over, of course. Ball hits the goalkeeper, bounces back to his player, and that's the goal. That's the first one. But it doesn't stop there. It's not going to stop there. It's going to carry on. You guys are going to be surprised. This is, at the end of this game, I'd had enough of Weekend League because I was like, you know what? I can now tell you when I'm going to lose a game right at the start of the game. Because once I see that the guy who's doing the kickoff is not the guy that normally does my kickoff, which is Ibrahimovic, I already know I've lost the game. I already know, well, it's not that I've lost the game. I already know the game is going to try its best to make me lose. So obviously, I already know I'm going to have a difficult game. So you guys can see his team defending. You guys can see everything. You can see my stamina draining. You can see it all. There is no denying what's in front of your face. Look at Ibra. He tries to chip the goalkeeper instead of just kick the ball a goal. It's everything is just like it's against me. Now, this is not the service. People telling EA to fix their service, dude, wake up. It's not the service. This is game mechanics. There is something in play right here that is doing this. Look at this. I'm waiting for the pass. The player never goes for the pass. The player never makes that run through. And it's like the game is trying to get me to lose. You'll see. And it's just clear. The whole thing is clear. Look at that. The pass by that player in the middle. Why does he try to do like that pass there? Look at this. Watch the players that I have right now. Watch how he starts to slow down. And there we go. Look at that guy. He's right there. He doesn't catch up to him. The other guy doesn't run towards him. He doesn't move. And that's the goal. Right there in the 85th minute. Everything that my players could do against the gameplay that I'm trying to set is done by my players. Now look at his players' stamina and compare that. Look at Sturridge that's just got on the pitch. Compare that to my players and their stamina. Look at that. Ibrahimovic is dead. Valencia is pretty much like messed up. Now, some people are going to say, well, plus, did you have 80-something stamina? I didn't. I had 90-something overall stamina before I went into this game. And when I noticed that, what's his name? Rui Costa did the kickoff, I said, you know, I'm probably going to lose this game. But I thought, no, it's not really a big deal. Let me just play on. I played on a little bit. And then I noticed the gameplay just wasn't right. It was like the game was trying to make me lose. Look at that. That normally would be a goal, but it hits the goalpost. I'm just using one game here because, you know, obviously we haven't got the studio software yet ready to do transitions and to speed up the recordings and things like that. But I'm going to be getting that. And I think that's going to allow me to show you guys a little bit more demonstrative, like things like this where you could see the game dynamics working against me. Now, if you guys don't believe me, check out your game. At the start of my game, Ibrahimovic is my left striker. And that's in my formation. Ibrahimovic, my left striker, always does kickoffs whenever my stamina doesn't drain. When Rui Costa, my right striker, does kickoff, my stamina drains. Gameplay is difficult. You can see that I had better pass accuracy, more possession. We had more shots on target. You know, we had shots more than him. We had better, like, the whole gameplay. We were better than this guy. But for some reason, the game said this guy will win. And that's literally what happened. Anyway, if you guys are experiencing this, document it because I think we need to get this to EA ASAP because there is something visually clear here, and that is that EA is not accepted. I don't call it scripting because scripting is a different thing, in my opinion. I think there is something predominantly wrong in this game. There is a code that is like not working. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. EA, my stamina from my players was higher than 90. I went into this game, you could see the stamina drain. It drained as though I was on constant pressure. There is no way. You guys saw me in game. It said balanced. I'm not on constant pressure. So how did my players drain like that? They just drained. All of my players drained. Something's got to be done, guys. We've got to get this looked at by EA. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to all the people that are watching my videos. Thank you for the recent support. It really means a lot to me. Kind of jokish, but you know, like I normally laugh at people on YouTube who say thanks to people for watching the vids. People gonna watch videos if they want to watch videos. People gonna not watch videos if they don't want to watch videos. But anyway, it's always good to say thanks. It's nice and polite. You guys can see my stamina. Look at that. Look at that. All in the 90s. And then the players just drained like that. Like someone's like I didn't have constant pressure on. I have to burn a squad fitness right there for nothing. And I'm gonna see if I can show you guys exactly what I mean. Like with the next guy that I play, you can see the connection. You know, we stall a little bit to find a guy that we're gonna play at home, but I want to show you guys so you see. And I'm gonna tell you guys, you won't believe this. If we start the next game, and I'm not like, and it's not Ibra that starts the game off, I've lost already. And how do I know that? Because I'm showing you guys a recorded clip. So I know the games that I lost. I know the games that I won. And against this guy right here, this guy's got a good team. A really good team. He's supposed to beat me. But if you do see Ibra kicking that ball off, I win this game. If you don't see Ibra kicking that ball off and it's Rui Costa, I lose this game. That's all it is. And that right there, I win this game. I'm not kidding you guys. Like this guy that I'm playing, you can see the difference in the game. You can see the speed. You can see the way the game plays. You can see everything. It's different. I swap my formation. It's the same formation I start the game with. So why is it possible for Ibra to do kickoff and the other player to do kickoff? It's because the team I'm playing against is affecting my team to the point where my kickoff is done in a different way. That isn't football, guys. That isn't football. The players on the other team, like they shouldn't affect who does your kickoff. That has no bearings whatsoever in game. Like you shouldn't have an effect on your team's positioning based on the other team's positioning, like at kickoff. Like that's the start of the game. Yeah, the game starts, everything should change. But that effect right there shows that there is an effect that goes beyond the formation that the team's playing. It's crazy. This game, no, EA, you've got to fix this. And in fact, it's actually showing us that like, it might be that if you start formation with a formation that is susceptible to your opponent's formation, it starts off with you being hindered or handicapped in a funny way. I don't know, but EA has got to look into this because there is evidence of this. You guys can see the passing now. See how fluid the passing is. See how simple my passing is. You see, like, it's so easy, everything. I get to do what I'm trying to do, and it's all working. But if Rui Costa kicks the ball off, I'm running in mud. It literally is, I'm running in mud. Like, everything I do doesn't work. And this is the evidence that everyone's been looking for, to a certain degree, a suggestive evidence that everyone's been looking for, because now people are going to check and they're going to see when someone else starts their kickoff. They're going to see if they have that laggy, sluggish game, because this is what I think it's always been about. It's always been about this particular thing. Like if you get the guy that's not supposed to start your kickoff, he kicks off your game. It means that the game, you've been affected by something. There is something affecting your team, which means your team's going to perform a lot worse than you expect. This game, you can see the fluidity. You can see the way that I'm playing. You can see that everything is on point. It's all moving the way it should be moving. Yes, if the guy beats me, he beats me because he's played better than me. But it's not the connection that's going to beat me at this point. This guy right here, you can see his team is good. Everything is on point for him. He should be better. Look at that. I score a goal that's like, yeah, you know, and I beat this guy. I'm not kidding you guys. This is weird. Check it out in your game because this is it's the one piece of evidence that everybody's been looking for since FIFA 13. Why is it that the game feels sluggish? It's not the servers, guys. That's why EA can't find that issue of the servers, because it's never been the servers. It's something in the game dynamics. There's something in the game itself. It's been coded wrong. Because if it's not been coded wrong, why someone needs to explain why Rui Costa does that kickoff. Because every time he kicks off for me, I lose a game. Check it out for yourself and see if the guy who does kickoff is a different guy to the guy who does kickoff when the game feels responsive. Now, of course, I'm not saying that you guys go out there and just make every single loss that you have excused by the fact that, hey, it's a different guy. Check the gameplay. Check if your guy is sluggish. Check if you can do passes like this. If you can do passes like this, then it means the gameplay is not sluggish. When you can't do passes like this and you pass the ball and it goes to the sky or it goes to another player, that just means something's wrong with your passing. Like, the game is like, the thing I would tell a lot of you guys is everything we do in FIFA at this point is heavily assisted at the moment. Passing is assisted. A lot of things are assisted. So if there's an issue, then all that assistance that you get, the shooting assistance, directionality assistance, if there is an issue and that assistance doesn't work, your gameplay is going to feel like you're doing something else. And I think that's what's happening, that there is some like effect that the other team's formation or something like that has on my team, that everything I'm doing is just wrong. And that is not based on what I'm trying to do, but rather based on the effect the other team has on me. And you guys can see, look, check it out for yourself, guys. If you do notice this problem, highlight it and tag it and send it to EA, because I think it sounds stupid that the guy who does kickoff can make a difference to your game, but check it out. And if you do have the guy that does kickoff, it's not the same guy every single time that you lose. It's a different guy. It's a different player to the ones that you win. Then you'll start to notice, it doesn't make sense. What does it have to do that a guy doing a kickoff all of a sudden makes your game a lot worse? That shouldn't make a difference. Anyway, guys, this has been your boy Plus. This video is long as hell, and I didn't want it to be, but I wanted you guys to see this because I think a lot of people don't understand. We're all losing, not because necessarily like the servers are bad, but because the game is coded in such a way that I think that you can't avoid it. Like, you can't avoid the loss anymore if the game has already got you down for a loss. And that means that, like, remember, the game does assisted passing. It does assisted everything. So if the game has you down for, like, the worst, you're not going to succeed. Until next time, guys, this has been your boy Plus, exposing this kickoff issue. And I will see you guys on the next video. I hope we do find something out here. I hope we do get this resolved, because it really seems like this is the little break that a lot of us have been waiting for. We've been waiting for that evidence that we could show EA and say, look, here it is. And hopefully this could be that. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely weekend.